Imagine buying stock in a company that has zero revenue, zero customers, no working product, no real business model, and no path to profitability. You wouldn't even consider it, right? But here's the crazy part. This is exactly what millions of crypto investors are doing every single day. Meme coins, AI hype tokens, vaporware projects with zero income. These are not real investments. They're just gambling chips in a high-stakes casino where the house always wins and retail investors are left holding the bag. The worst part, many of these so-called projects don't even have a team you can identify. Anonymous founders, questionable roadmaps, no accountability, just pure speculation. Now, let me flip the script for you. What if I told you that not all crypto projects are built on hype, that some of them are actually making millions of dollars every month in revenue, have massive user bases, and are solving real-world problems? What if I told you there are crypto companies today that operate just like successful businesses, generating cash flow, profits, reinvesting in growth, and expanding their reach? These are the projects that have real fundamentals. They're not just surviving in the crypto space, they're thriving. And yet most investors are completely ignoring them. Why? Because they're too distracted chasing the next hype marketing gimmick, being shilled by someone with a massive following, and will most likely crash and burn. But here's the deal. If you want to build a serious crypto portfolio, you need to think like an investor, not a gambler. You need to look for traction, product market fit, strong teams, and most importantly, revenue. In today's video, I'm going to break down the top 10 altcoins that are making real money. These are the projects with the highest annual recurring revenue, or ARR. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete portfolio watch list of the strongest revenue generating crypto projects that have the potential to explode in the next bull run. And on top of that, I'm going to show you exactly how to find and stay on top of the projects with the strongest fundamentals. My name's Kareem and welcome back to the Crypto Code by ICN Talks. I've spent my entire career at startups where I've personally raised over $300 million, and most recently I've switched to the other side where we've invested in over 60 crypto startups over the past 2 years alone. This is what worked for me, and I want to now share this knowledge with you. So if you're tired of investing in hype and want to start investing in actual crypto businesses with real fundamentals, this is the only video you need to watch. Let's dive in. All right. Let's get real for a second. If you were investing in a traditional startup or company, what would you look at first? You wouldn't just throw money at a stock because it had a cool name or a bunch of people tweeting about it, right? You'd look at the fundamentals. Things like, does this business have a product people actually use? Is the team behind it strong? Are they making money? Are customers paying for it? Now here's the part most crypto investors completely ignore, because these fundamentals and this thinking applies to crypto as well. Again, a strong crypto project isn't just about hype. It's about traction. It's about product market fit. It's about user base size, the strength of the founding team, funding, and most importantly, revenue. Let's break these down. Number one, traction and product market fit. This is a fancy way of saying, do people actually want what this project is offering? A project has traction when users are flocking to it, engaging with it, and actually using it. If people aren't using it, it doesn't matter how cool the tech is. Number two, user base and community. A massive active community isn't just a good sign. It's everything. But there's a difference between an engaged user base and a Telegram group filled with bots. A great project has users who need it, not just hype it. Number three, founding team. If you had to bet on a startup, would you bet on someone with zero experience? No chance. You'd want people who have built successful businesses before, who know how to execute. The same goes for crypto. The best projects have founders who understand both the tech and the business, aka the execution. Number four, funding and financial backing. Money isn't everything, but it helps. If a project has raised capital from top-tier investors, it usually means someone has done their homework. However, not all funding is good funding. Some projects take easy money from shady backers, which is a red flag. Number five, and my personal favorite, revenue generation. Now, this is the golden metric. Forget hype, forget partnerships, forget the latest trend. If a project isn't making money, how is it supposed to survive? If it's actually generating revenue every month, then you're looking at something with real long-term potential. At the end of the day, you don't need to be a genius to pick strong crypto projects. You just need to apply the same logic you would for any real business. And yet, most investors ignore this completely. Instead, they chase the latest shiny object like meme coins and zero revenue projects. By the way, if you're liking what you're hearing, then let us know by smashing that like button and subscribe to the channel. Crypto moves fast, so ping the notification bell as well to make 100% sure you don't miss out on our next crypto update. All right, let's get right into it. Let me pull up the screen and show you how to stay on top of the game. All right, so let's get started. DeFi Llama is the best way to find projects that are making real money and generating revenue. So all you have to do, this is the homepage. You scroll all the way down here and you'll find fees and revenue. You click it and then you go into simple. And here's where you'll find all that information. So here they break it down by fees over the past 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, and 1 year. You'll see that the top right now in the past 24 hours, the top two are Tether and Circle because stablecoins have mass adoption and are a huge use case. And so they're obviously generating a lot of money. But it's interesting to see that Tether has, over the past 24 hours has generated $18 million, Circle at $6 million. And if you scroll down, you'll see PancakeSwap, which is the decentralized exchange for Binance, has generated almost $3 million over the past 24 hours. So what I like to do is, obviously, we're not going to look at the stablecoins today. We want to look at different kind of decentralized applications, including DeFi. Let's look at the past 30 days as a first step. So you'll see PancakeSwap, Meteora, Jupiter. These over the past 30 days, I mean, this is insane. Tether alone generated $500 million worth of fees over the past 30 days. That is incredible. PancakeSwap did $172 million in a month. Meteora, Jupiter, you can see they're all above $100 million over the past month. If you want to look at it per year, which is what we've done now for this video, so that we can look at projects that have been around for a long time. They're generating massive revenue over the past year. Those are the ones we want to look at because those fundamentals are super strong and the numbers are insane. Again, so Tether is still number one. It's generated $5.6 billion last year, but we're not going to be buying Tether and holding it because there's no upside to that. But Ethereum comes at number two, $1.8 billion over the past year. Jito, $1 billion over the last year. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects that have generated, or 5 projects that have generated over $1 billion in revenue over the past year. That is incredible. These are actual profit generating, cash generating businesses that are here to improve over time, and they've been around for a very long time as well. So that's how you can find them and always stay up to date because it does change. For example, Solana this cycle has done incredibly well because a lot of meme coins were launched on Solana. We discussed that in the last video. We'll leave the link so you can go check that out. But a lot of these projects have been around for a long time. Some of them are new, so it's worth keeping an eye out on these. But for this video, we took the top 10, okay? So in CoinMarketCap, I created this watch list it's called Fundamentals, and you can have a look at this as well. But these are the top 10 by revenue over the past year. So Ethereum is at number 1, and you've seen the video about Ethereum that we did as well. Go check it out, where we talk about how it's behind. It's usually in a cycle like this, we usually expect Ethereum to follow after Bitcoin, but that has not happened. I still believe it's still a Bitcoin dominated market this time, and I still have conviction that Ethereum will follow suit. When that's going to happen, I don't know. But I still believe that Ethereum has the potential to really perform by the end of the year for many reasons that are in the video that we discussed. So go watch that after this video. But what I love to do as well, and if you've seen some of our previous videos here, is I look at year to date, I look at 30 days, and I look at from all-time high because that for me shows the potential upside moving forward. So Ethereum, as we discussed, is down 55% from its all-time high. That means if we get in today and all the stars align and we hit an all-time high again, we can double our investment on that. Solana as well. Solana has done terribly over the past month. I think seeing what happened with Libra, the meme coins that we discussed in the previous video, it's been a hard time for Solana over the past month. But again, from its all-time high, it's down 51%. So there's potential upside here. Again, these are the businesses with real fundamentals. Forget the hype, forget everything that you're hearing in the news. But in reality, these are the ones that are making good returns. Tron comes in at third. And again, if you look at the 30 days, actually it's up 7%, which is very interesting. And then from all-time high, it's down 45%. Hyperliquid, actually, I was surprised to see that they're also doing quite well in the space. And I think it's a new contender for this cycle. I have not been paying attention to it before, but I think I'm definitely now going to be keeping an eye on this one. I think also, if you look at the past 30 days, it's down 40%, could be a great buying opportunity. Obviously not financial advice, but when you see red like this, and we've discussed it before, the fear and greed index is what I live by personally. And I think a lot of other investors and peers in my space, in this crypto space, also believe in. When there's fear in the market, which we're seeing today, it's usually time to top up the bags. And when you see greed, that's usually the time to take some profits. And so when you see red like this across the board, Lido, Jupiter, Radium, Jito, PancakeSwap, there's so much potential upside. I mean, PancakeSwap alone is down 96% from its all-time high. Radium is down 87% from its all-time high. Lido is down 94%. So look at all this. I mean, there's so much potential here. I would rather If I was going to invest and take a gamble on some of these tokens, so with full transparency, I do have ETH and SUI, which is not on this list, but full transparency, I mean, now, why would I go into something that's just, a meme token or an AI agent that isn't really generating revenue? I'd rather take a more risk-averse investment bet, if you want to call it that, in some of these projects, because I believe that they're going to be around for a very long time. They have been around. Most of them have been around for a very long time. And so I have strong conviction in their fundamentals, in their team, in their roadmap, in their community, and the list goes on and on. So for me, this is how you find them. This is how you stay up to date, and we'll leave this portfolio for you to see. Now let's have a look at what's going on in the markets, because it's been absolutely insane ever since Trump came into the office, right? ICN.live, guys, is something that everyone is sleeping on. This is an amazing platform, an amazing way to stay up to date with the latest news. We have been working night and day to get this to become one of the best news platforms for you to check out. We talk about everything. You can find the latest news. You can find information on crypto, AI, gaming, Bitcoin. We even have prices in here. So if you come down and look at some of the amazing news articles that we have, we also do our own in-house articles like this latest one that we published around Texas Bitcoin reserve gains momentum after Senate approval. We're always up to date. You can follow ICN Web3 Media across all social media to stay also with the latest news that's happening. It's a great way to make sure that you're always in the know of what's going on. On top of that, we do amazing key opinion pieces like this one that you see here. We interviewed managing partner at 50X Capital. We did a whole interview with Gabrielle. Fascinating insights, great talks, really worth going into. And if you go inside and look at how everything is placed, I mean, the UI is amazing. It's really, we put so much effort and so much thought into this, and we really want to bring you the highest quality information at all times. So here you'll see the whole interview. It's fantastic. A lot of great insights. Go check it out. Moving on, we wanted to see what has really been pushing the news recently was Trump and their announcement of the summit that's happening very soon. He also hinted towards a digital assets crypto reserve that's happening. And if you've been following World Liberty Financial, his DeFi protocol, they've been making a lot of purchases right now and really shaking up the market in terms of buying Ethereum, in terms of buying SUI recently as well. Really interesting. I think I'm on the same camp as a lot of the other people and peers in the group who think he's playing in dangerous territory in terms of like just buying tokens that he's announcing and tweeting about. But hey, it's Trump and we're all here for the ride, right? So interesting information. I think the summit's happening this week. So we'll talk about the outcome of that in the next video. What I also wanted to show you, let's look at what happened with Bitcoin. If you come to ICN.live here and you click on prices, you'll get a great view of everything that's happening. You'll see the fear and greed index. Fear is at 10, guys. So what does that mean? For me, that means topping up the bags and taking, finding the coins that I really have conviction in and just topping those up. So here you can come down and see all of these tokens. Let's look at Bitcoin today because I want to just talk about something that we saw recently, which has just blown my mind and blown the whole community's mind. These two candles, like what on earth? 2nd of March, we saw a green candle just pump, and then the day after, that thing just went down so fast. Guys, it feels like there's market manipulation. It feels like, we were so excited to have institutions come on board, but this is the price that we have to pay right now because they are accumulating. They know something we don't know. And when there's fear in the market like this, it tends, and what I've seen previously is that's when you should be topping up your bags. That's usually what I tend to do. If you have the capital on the side, obviously don't invest more than you can afford to lose. It's very volatile. And you can see here, we saw, the volatility is just insane. And I expect more volatility coming over the next week or so, next month or so as well. But when the fear and greed index is at 10, for me, that signals a time to really pay attention and see what's going on. So let's look at the markets again over the past week. I'll just refresh this just to make sure we are up to date. We'll look at the markets and what's happening this week. I like to look at this visual. Over the past week, we've seen amazing, projects go up. So it looks like a mixed bag essentially, right? And we saw ADA go up because Trump hinted that ADA could potentially be in the crypto reserve as well. So he's really focusing on these Made in America projects. We also have a video about Made in USA. Go check that out. XRP doing really well. as well, because it's part of that bag of made in USA. This one, Pi, has been doing a lot in the news recently. I think we're going to do a video about it very soon. It's also considered to be a made in USA project. I think it's by Stanford University professors. Very interesting project. They've climbed to number 11, I believe, on the market cap list out of nowhere. I mean, I think they've been around for like 7 years, but they finally did their mainnet recently. Everyone's been talking about it, and it's been buzzing in the community. So overall, mixed bag. There's still ways to make money in this market, so always pay attention and see what's going on and find the projects with the strongest fundamentals. We're done with hype, no revenue projects. Moving on, we'll just look at some of what's happening in Twitter. I love starting this off with a meme. This is what Q1 of 2025 feels like. It's just terrible. Like, nothing's working. We all expected something to happen, but in the end, it's been a completely new cycle with new things happening that we've never seen before. And I guess that's the beauty of having someone like Trump in power. But in good news, we're seeing amazing things happening with Solana. Captured 52% of global on-chain demand, $196 million of revenue in February alone. That's more than all other chains combined. Again, fascinating results for Solana. But in our last video, if you do check it out, we discuss why that happened, and there's a little bit to be found under the hood, so go check that out. Moving on, a lot of talk about the M2 money supply and what's happening. So the chart just printed another vertical line. The rally for stocks, Bitcoin, crypto is going to be epic. March 25th is the approximate date. I love these kind of expectations and assumptions. It's going to be fun to watch. So let's see how this all plays out in March. Moving on, Ethereum whale bought 17,855 ETH, worth $36 million at an average price of 2,054. Total holding of $2.5 billion of Ethereum. So you think this is going down? Think again. A lot of real influencers here. This is Ted Pillows. Really believe that Ethereum has a very strong shot this year. So that's it. I just wanted to see what's going on in the markets. Let's get back to the video. So now do you understand why I'll never touch meme coins with zero revenue? Look, I get it. Meme coins are fun. Who doesn't want to put $100 into something and wake up a millionaire? But let's be honest, it's not going to happen. And this is not investing. This is playing roulette at a casino. And guess what? The house always wins. And in this case, it's the insiders. I really have to drive this point home. So let's talk about the 4 biggest reasons why I would never invest in meme coins or any zero revenue project. Number 1, no sustainability. If a project isn't generating revenue, how is it paying its team? How is it funding development? Spoiler alert, it's not. It's either living off hype, early investor money, or it's outright manipulating the market. Number 2, pump and dump schemes. This is by far the biggest issue. Most meme coins are designed to make insiders rich while dumping on retail investors. They pump up the price with marketing, influencers, and fake hype. And then they dump their bags, leaving everyday investors wrecked. Number 3, no real value. Ask yourself this: what does this project actually do? If the only answer is the price could go up, then you already have your answer. It's worthless. Real projects solve real problems. If it's just a meme, it's going to zero. Number 4, regulatory crackdowns. Governments are coming down hard on projects that don't generate real value. If your favorite token is nothing more than a Ponzi scheme with a fancy website, it's only a matter of time before regulators step in and shut it down. And don't get me wrong, some meme coins will pump, but let's be clear. This is not investing. It's just gambling. And the ones who made money are the ones who got in early and dumped on everyone else. Trump is a great example of this. They own 80% of the token supply. Like, how does that make any sense? What do you think is going to happen with that? And if you look at it right now, it is completely dumping. And not only once, he did it twice using his wife's name. So instead of chasing the next hype project, why not invest in crypto projects that are actually making money? The ones with real businesses, real users, and real revenue. These are the projects that will still be around in 5 years, while most meme coins will be long forgotten. My friend says it best. In the summer, we always have that one song that plays and we always want to hear it with the radio, and it just sounds amazing. Meme coins feel the same way. It's great for this little 1 month, 2 month period, but what happens afterwards? It dies. But if you really want to take it to the next level and build serious wealth, why not go beyond just investing? Imagine being part of a team building something groundbreaking in the crypto space. Early co-founders and key employees in top projects don't just get a paycheck, they get tokens. And if you join a startup with strong fundamentals, that token allocation could be life-changing. Think about it. Some of the biggest names in crypto today started as early contributors in projects that took off. If you get in early on the right team, your tokens could be worth millions down the road. Now, before you rush off to buy anything on this list or join a new startup, remember, Fundamentals matter, but timing is also crucial. Crypto is still highly volatile, and revenue generation alone doesn't guarantee price appreciation, but what it does guarantee is long-term survival. The projects that generate revenue today are the ones that will still be around when the hype dies down. These are the projects worth watching. Let me know in the comments, what's your take on crypto fundamentals? Do you think I'm being too harsh, or do you think that revenue generation should be the primary metric, or are there other indicators we should be looking at? If you made it this far in the video, thank you. See you next week.